Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Subhadra Mai Jaya Sudarshana. Gaurangi Bindu Krishna Gaurangi Bindu Krishna Gaurangi Jaya Gaurangi Bindu Krishna Gaurangi Bindu Krishna Gaurangi Nitai Chaitanya Jaya Nitai Chaitanya Nitai Chaitanya Jaya Nitai Chaitanya Jaya Nitai Chaitanya Sankirtanam ki. Please go to Bhagavatam second canto, first chapter, first verse. Keep it, please. Starts with Sri Shuka Vacha. Sri Shuka Vacha Haryanesha te prashna Krita loka hritam nipa Atmavit sammata pumsam Shrotavyadishu yapara. Sri Shuka Vacha Haryanesha te prashna Krita lokam hritam nipa Atmavit sammata pumsam Shrotavyadishu yapara. Sri Shuka Vacha Haryanesha te Krishna Vido lokahitam Kripa Atmavid sammata pumsam Shodhavyadishu yaparaha Variyaneshate Krishna Vido lokahitam Kripa Atmavid sammata pumsam Shodhavyadishu yaparaha Shri Shukha Uvacha
Variyaneshate Krishna
Vido lokahitam Kripa
Atmavid sammata pumsam Shodhavyadishu yaparaha.
Somebody is from Mataji, sir? Shri Shukha Uvacha Variyaneshate Krishna Vido lokahitam Kripa Atmavid sammata pumsam Shodhavyadishu yaparaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Sorry. Translation. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, My dear King, your question is glorious because it is very beneficial to all kinds of people. The answer to this question is the prime subject matter for hearing, and it is approved by all transcendentalists. Purport. Even the very question is so nice that it is the best subject matter for hearing. Simply by such questioning and hearing, one can achieve the highest perfectional stage of life. Because Lord Krishna is the original supreme person, any question about him is original and perfect. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that the highest perfection of life is to achieve the transcendental loving service of Krishna. Because question and answers about Krishna elevate one to that transcendental position, the questions of Maharaj Parikshit about Krishna philosophy are greatly glorified. Maharaj Parikshit wanted to absorb his mind completely in Krishna, and such absorption can be effected simply by hearing about the uncommon activities of Krishna. For instance, in the Bhagavad Gita it is stated that simply by understanding the transcendental nature of Lord Krishna's appearance, disappearance and activities, one can immediately return home back to Godhead and never come back to this miserable condition of material existence. It is very auspicious, therefore, to hear always about Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadadikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Bhashyatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Devacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for joining today morning for Sunday IYF class. So before we go into the subject matter of the purport that is to be discussed, so we'll first try to understand what is happening here in the beginning of second canto. So Prabhupada writes that basically the 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam. Sthanam Poshanam Atra Sarga Visargastha Sthanam Poshanam Utaya Manantarishanukata Nirodho Muktirashaya. So all these 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam, they are discussed across the 12 cantos of Bhagavatam. And Prabhupada mentions this in the 6th canto beginning. And even Jiva Goswami mentioned this part. But in there's one fact that we should know. Previously, the scholars by and large, scholarly people, they might not be so devotionally oriented, those who are very scholarly oriented, so they reject this first canto and second canto. They say that this is not a part of Bhagavatam at all. So their understanding is basically these 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam, where they are mentioned? In Bhagavatam only, but where in Bhagavatam? They come something like at the end of second canto and all. So their understanding is it is coming at the end of second canto, so after that Bhagavatam begins. That is how they, justify their understanding. But Jiva Goswami Pad says that basically, if it had to be like that, then Bhagavatam should have only 10 cantos. 12 minus 2 equal to 10 for that matter. Then each canto should be describing only one topic. But that is not the case. If you look at the first canto of Bhagavatam, if you look at this shloka, one I can show, there are many. 1.1.4 that is. No. 6. 1 minute, I'm not able to recollect. This one, correct. Apanna samsthitim ghoram Yannama vivasho granan Uto sadhya vimuccheta Yadvibeti swayam bhayam. This is like the first shloka in the whole of Srimad Bhagavatam, which describes the glories of the holy name. Living beings who are entangled in the complicated messes of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by fear personified. And even if you see the first canto of Bhagavatam, Lord Krishna's pastime, so many are there. How he is saving Parishit Maharaj, his interaction with Queen Kunti, and he is entering Dwarka, he is leaving Hastinapur. So in all these topics, basically, the Ashraya Tattva is very much visible, in the sense that which is visible in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam is also visible here as well also. So it doesn't mean that Bhagavatam is only 10 cantos. Bhagavatam has how much? 12 cantos. So this is something very crucial, because I think in the 3rd canto, one purport or so, Prabhupada mentions that unless one has conquered lust by studying 1st and 2nd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, one should not read further also. Prabhupada writes and Prabhupada did say that whatever I wanted to say, whatever I wanted to write to all of you, that I have written in the first beginning 2 cantos. So, what is very, very special about 1st canto? Miss, anyone would like to try? No, income tax, GST. Prabhupada wrote before ISKCON. Yes, something else? No, it's very thick. 1st canto is very thick for that. Prabhupada said that, in relation to this, and especially in relation to Krishna book, Prabhupada said, I was not sure whether I'll be living that long that I'll be able to complete till 10th canto of Bhagavatam. So that is why I decided to give Krishna book, beginning only. The same goes with first canto also. Okay? So if you see the purports of first canto, Prabhupada is writing how the whole world will be shaped and what are all the difficulties, etc., etc. This he is writing basically sitting in the Radha Damodar temple over there. Okay? ISKCON has not even started, nothing has materialized over there. Okay? But still Prabhupada was able to envision all that will be coming in the days to come or in the years to come. So, just to give some basic understanding of things that are happening here. So, the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam ends with Parikshit Maharaj's 6 questions. Okay? What is to be chanted, what is not to be chanted, what is to be heard, what is not to be heard. Of course, this begins in the second canto. First canto ends with that question of what is the duty of a dying man, what is the duty in general. All these questions are asked. So, here in the beginning of second canto, where Sukadeva Goswami is beginning to speak, here in the beginning only is glorifying. Pariyaneshate prashna. So, with the questions only he is so happy. So, in the second canto here, in the beginning, if you happen to see, the first 3 chapters, I hope it is at least partially visible to all of you. I'll read out either way. Okay. First step in God realization. This is the first chapter. Second chapter is the Lord in the heart. Third chapter is the devotional service. Okay. Just like we have Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan realization. Okay. So these 3 things basically get described in these 3 chapters over here. Okay. So the Virat Rupa description and all these things actually come over here. Okay. So basically, the best of the Gyanis who are there, okay, they get this realization of Virat Rupa. Okay. Prabhupada, if you read the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, in the purport, Prabhupada writes, what is this Virat Rupa? Prabhupada gives a very classic, not definition, he calls, maybe he describes that. He calls it as the godless display of opulences. Virat Rupa, Prabhupada calls it as godless display of opulences. Okay. So this godless display of opulences is what is gained by the highest of the Gyanis. Okay. With all their meditations and fasting and going to Himalayas, sitting in fire, all that is gained by the Gyanis for that matter. Better than that is to be like our Keshav Mohan Prabhu, be in the fire of cooking and directly get to Bhagavan realization. You you are sitting around fire everywhere, and finally you get to know only godless display of opulences, nothing more than that. Okay. So that comes in the first chapter here. Even in the Bhagavad Gita, I'll recite one verse, very nice one. Etakvena pratakvena. Jnana chapyanne yanto mamupasate ekatvena pratakvena bahuda vishvato mukham. Yeah, others who engage, previous to this I'll just read the translation, then you'll be able to relate what is going on. Okay. Always chanting my glories, this is this verse. Okay. Satatam kirtayanto mam. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Okay. After this, Krishna is describing all others who can be classified as spiritualist or pseudo-spiritualist. Others who engage in sacrifice by the cultivation of knowledge worship the Supreme Lord as the one without a second, as diverse in many and in the universal form. So these are those Gyanis who reach the highest platform. At the max they have an understanding or a darshan of the Virat Rupa. So Bhagavatam in the second canto and third canto, many descriptions of this Virat Rupa will be described over there. Okay. So as I said, it's a godless display of opulences. Okay. So basically, even in the material world, if you happen to see, people are after this Virat Rupa. Okay. Bhagavatam, it is described that the mountains are the hands of Virat Rupa, and the hairs on the body of the Virat Rupa, they are actually the trees and forests, etc., etc. Okay. So in today's world also, if you happen to see, maximum person by his own effort and all, he can reach to this Gyani platform, okay, circulation platform. Okay. With all of that, he has an attraction or he is understanding this Virat Rupa. So today also, people, if you happen to see, People are very much fond of this photography. Okay? Everywhere people keep taking photos, okay? Everything for that matter. And most photos, many photos at least, you will find them with natural scenic kind of a beauty. Okay? Because this attraction which is coming from Virat Rupa is coming into their camera. Okay? So instead of getting attracted to Krishna, at the max, the Jnani gets attracted to Virat Rupa. Godless display of opulences for that matter. Okay? So Bhagavad Gita, the Virat Rupa is there in the dynamic form. Okay? You know that heads are getting crushed and soldiers, it is consuming all the tongues and all. You will see, okay. So many photos are there. Bhagavad Gita. Okay? In Bhagavatam, it is more of a static description. Okay? Static description over here. Okay? So this is in relation to the technicality that is actually going on. So in the purport, if you happen to see, we'll just look at the purport that Prabhupada is describing, and many important themes that are there that is very worth meditating and trying to understand those things. In this material world, be it a person who is a materialist or a spiritualist for that matter, some brain if people have, naturally they come to understand. All that they will be able to do in their life is to desire. The Holiness Bhakti Maharaj puts it very beautifully. The only independence of the living entity is to desire. What is it? Desire. The rest, everything in this material world, it is not so difficult to understand that somebody else will be doing it for you. In the sense, if you happen to see, the sun is rising on its own accord. Not that you finished your engineering degree, that is why the sun is rising. Same way, the waxing and waning of the moon is happening since millennia, generations together. And that also is happening not because of us. Not because of us for that matter. So, it doesn't take one for long to understand that the major force for one's things happening in one's life is his own desire. And basically, what the person's desire is, that can be easily understood by the kind of questions he has with him. Like here, Parikshit Maharaj's desire is to attain self-realization. He wants to go back home, back to Godhead. That is why he is asking these questions to Sukadeva Goswami. What is actually leading to perfection? What is it that actually gives one fixity in consciousness, etc., etc. What is to be heard, what is not to be heard, etc., etc. And Sukadeva Goswami also, better not to waste time. So instead of first describing what is to be heard, he described what is not to be heard. All the useless topics of this material world and all that describe that nowadays so much of written in social media and all these things are not to be heard. So Sukadeva Goswami first only begins with this. Just after this section, if you see the verses over there, all those things he describes, graphically he describes, verse after verse, verse after verse. Because he is in a sense of urgency. He doesn't want to wait, or he doesn't want to let things boil down to something. Because the question might remain. If he describes what is to be heard, then what are other possibilities? Question might remain. So better than letting the other possibilities remain, he finishes at the beginning of his description only. So basically, so the question one has that actually dictate one's desires. And the kind of desires a person has depends on his association. Those people by and large who associate with materialist or pseudo-spiritualist, they have only material desires. Or at the max desire for liberation, desire for escaping service to the Supreme Lord. That is what will be there in their heart. And those people who associate with spiritualists, they are actually the people who can actually develop some desires in service to Krishna. But even in the material world, by and large, we have to realize that practically whatever is there is fixed. So the gross materialistic things that are there, eating, sleeping, mating and defending, that will come as per the law of karma. We can't dictate more or we can't dictate less also. I'll show one shloka. Give me 1 minute. I'll open. I think many of you know this shloka, but for those of you who don't know. हसेव हेतो प्रयतेत कोविदो न लभ्यते यद्भ्रमतानुपर्यदा Kallabhyate dukhavadanyatha sukham Kalena sarvatra gabhira ramhasa. Sorry. Yeah, somebody read.
Persons who are actually intelligent and philosophically inclined should endeavor only for that purposeful end, which is not obtainable even by wandering from the topmost planet Brahmaloka down to the lowest planet Patal. As far as happiness derived from sense enjoyment is concerned, it can be obtained automatically in course of time, just as in course of time we obtain miseries, even though we do not desire them.
You turn it little bit this. Okay, even though we do not desire them. Okay, so by and large, law of karma is like this. Okay? Sometimes it dictates that we have to work a little and then get whatever is there as per our earnings of pious credits. Sometimes you need not work also, naturally it comes. Okay? So one person, what happened that he wanted to commit suicide. Okay? So there was a waterfall. Okay? So he went on the edge of the waterfall. He was thoroughly depressed, morose, and dejected in his life. So he decided to jump from there and commit suicide. Okay? So he went at the edge. Then finally he jumped. Okay? Then as he jumped, he landed on something hard. Hit it very strongly. Okay? Then as soon as he got up, okay, so he was like sitting on the throne. Okay? Wondering what happened. I died. Did I end up in heaven or what happened? So what had happened was, he landed upon a crocodile. Okay? This crocodile as such was about to devour one princess. Okay? And the king got to know that somebody killed the crocodile who was about to devour the princess as such. And the king took a sannyas and made this fellow the king over there. So this is typically the law of karma. Okay? So this fellow as such was about to die, for that matter. He was about to die. Okay? But as per his karma, he had to become the king. And no force in the material world can stop law of karma to act. Okay? And as per that, he became the king. As per that, he became the king for that. So the miracles in the material world are so many that we have taken them for granted. The miracles in the material world are so many that we have taken them for granted, for that matter. You see, like simple rice that we eat, simple dal that we eat, fruits and all. You ask any scientist to make it, okay? Not possible. Not possible, no, he'll not even think of it. Okay? Nowadays they are trying, but they are just trying to manipulate nature. They are not trying to bring things from the, ground level, for that matter. They are not trying to do it from that level. Okay? So if you just analyze how grains are coming on your plate, you will understand hardly little is there that I am actually doing. Rest everything is done by God only. Okay? The seeds for those plants was given by Lord only. Okay? The sun to rise was done by Lord only. Okay? The weather that has to be maintained for 1 year or 6 months for the crops to grow was done by the Lord only, for that matter. Okay? Finally it came on your plate and you are eating it. That is the work you are supposed to do. This is the karma, basically. Rest of the other things, okay, like a career and a degree and what else is there? Bank balance and savings and all of that. Okay? That is basically the fear that is there in the heart. Okay? To the degree we are materialist, to that degree we will be fearful. 11th canto Bhagavatam describes that. Okay? Bhayam dvitiya abhiniveshatasya. Okay? To the degree we are associating with the materialist, we are associating with the duality of this material world. Sukha, dukkha, mana, apana, shita, ushna and all. Okay? With that, what is happening? Only the fear in the heart is going on, increasing like anything. Okay? Okay. And as the duality increases, the fear also increases. Then the whole of the illusion of the material world multiplies. Okay? People feel, I need this for my survival, I need that for my survival, I need these people for my survival, I need that for my survival, etc. etc. Okay? And even if he has all of that, still he is not satisfied. Still he is not satisfied with it. Okay? That, what is that? That founder of that company, Boeing, airplane Boeing, no? Okay? So he was in an interview. The interviewer asked, okay, now you have like everything. Okay? I don't know how many of you know the first highest paid or the highest revenue generating industry. Anybody knows which is it? Quickly, you are engineers, most of you. Huh? Yes. Airlines, okay. That is second. I was to come to that. You shortened my class. First one, anybody remembers? Anybody knows for that matter? Software, no. Software is like, so I'll tell you about software. Yes, bro. No, automobile. Huh? Beauty, no. Exercise, no. Industry, I'm telling industry.
Alcohol.
No, not even alcohol. Highest is the defense. Okay? How much is spent for defense and all, no? You will be shocked as such. Okay? America spends yearly $700 billion. Okay? Then they talk about poverty and all of that. But most of the money is going into making guns and bullets. Okay? And most of the bullets will remain like that only. You will not shoot every bullet, no, that is made. And after some time, they're, they're certified. No, this can't be used anymore. Then the bullets are discarded over. Okay? Second is actually airline. Okay? And this Boeing fellow, we are actually one of the leading person in that industry. Okay? So interviewer asked him, you are like, made so many Boeing airplanes and so much of advancement in that industry. What is it that in your life that you want more? Okay? He was silent for some time. He said, I wish to go to the bathroom, he said. Interview again asked the question. Mostly he misunderstood the question. He again asked. Okay? Then he still said, please let me go. Okay? Then he went and he came. Then he told that, actually I have some disease. Okay? And when I get nature's call, I can't hold it. And when I don't get, all this is like, I don't get to know only. Then the interviewer understood. Okay? There's no use in becoming Mr. Boeing as such. Without reading Bhagavad Gita, he understood that. Okay? So even the materialists by and large have a good amount of conviction, that just eating, sleeping, mating and defending does not give ultimate fulfillment. They see the examples in the whole of the creation, but they are also thoroughly convinced that this will not give me thorough happiness. Okay? But because they do not have the fortune of being exposed to Bhakti Yoga in the proper sense, that is why Puna Sarvita Sarvanana. They just keep chewing the chewed like anything. Okay? Mm-hmm. So this is what happens with those people and their desires who associate with materialistic people. More and more is the association with materialistic people, more and more is the, absorption in duality. Okay? And as Bhagavatam describes, Bhayam Dvitiya Abhiniveshatasya. Dvitiya Abhinivesh. More and more is the absorption in duality, more and more is the fear in the heart. And because of this fear, people do so many things in the whole of the creation for that matter. Okay? One is associating with the materialistic people in the outside world, and one more is associating with the materialistic mind. Okay? This has more impact on the self than associating with the outside world also. Okay? Because associating with the outside world will be as per our modes. Okay? Like for a small child, okay, if you give him a gun and all, what will the small child do? Let's say 1 year, 3-year-old. Put in mouth. He has read Bhagavad Gita. 5 koshas are there, no? Annamaya kosha. Whatever you give to a baby, what will he do? Put in his mouth. No? Whether you give gun or bullet, he'll put in his mouth only. Okay? He'll not understand bullet has to be put in the gun only. Okay? Why I'm telling you? Because child mostly is in the mode of ignorance. So as per the modes he'll associate. Okay? As per the modes he will associate. Okay? This is has to do with associating with other people. Okay? But associating with one's own mind, that is what causes a lot of trouble, even for practitioners. Okay? Even for practitioners. Our acharyas by and large describe that only those who are situated in Nishtha or above, okay, these people will benefit if they associate with their own mind. Because mind is purified. Mind only wants Krishna at that stage. Okay? But anywhere below that, it's a very treacherous and very pathetic situation. If one is associating with his own mind, so Guru and mind, okay, both are 4-letter words, very powerful. If you associate with your Guru, then you will elevate. If you are associated with your mind, the same mind will degrade one like anything. Okay? So, the materialistic mind is very, very powerful, very, very powerful. And by and large, the desires that arise over there, practitioners has to be very, very careful to actually eliminate one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. Okay? Just like when you make sugar, so the sugarcane juice is taken, then it is boiled. Okay? There are different stages in that. Okay? So as it is boiled, okay, then what happens? The foam gathers on the top. Okay? So at a certain stage, the person who is boiling it, so he has to take a spoon, and the foam is basically all the dirt that is there in the, that liquid, sugarcane liquid. Okay? So all this has to be taken with a spoon and it has to be thrown out. Okay? If that person who is actually, heating that liquid, no, if he doesn't throw it out, what happens? The foam again just heats up, then again settles down in that liquid. Then it becomes very difficult to remove that. Okay? So Bhaktivinoda Thakur compares this to anartha nivritti. Okay? So when we start practicing bhakti, start exposing ourselves to the vibrations of Bhagavatam, to the vibrations of holy name, all the dirt that is there in the heart starts coming up. Okay? And to the degree we are actually surrendered to our spiritual master, to that degree we are allowing him to take it and throw it out. Okay? But if we are not in the mood of surrender and all, then basically it again becomes very solid, then again goes down. Then it becomes very, very difficult to even remove that. Okay? The example is given of Upashaka. Okay? How many of you here have done gardening? Okay. Others, you have never planted one seed also? You should be given a Tulsi Marani department. Something at least you will learn. Anyway, it's a very laborious process. Okay? Laborious process. No, you have to take care of the soil, take care of the sun, take care of the light, take care of watering, etc. Okay? So the same example is given to Bhaktilata Beej. So Bhaktilata Beej is there and the practitioner is expected to water it by hearing and chanting. Shravana Kirtane Kare Sechan. Okay? So if he is watering in the other direction, somewhere here and there, apart from the Bhaktilata creeper, what happens? Okay? All the other things will start growing. Okay? And other things will grow, then what will happen? Okay? Nutrition will be lacking. Okay. What happens after that? Choked up, okay. Bhaktilata will not be visible only. Bhaktilata is not visible only because so many other things have grown around that. Okay? So Bhaktilata is not visible only. That person is mistaking bhakti to be other things. Okay? Then he'll aim for so many things on the path of bhakti. His own satisfaction, his own desire should get fulfilled. Why is this not happening in my life? Why me only? Etc. Like Parikshit Maharaj, if you happen to see, when he was cursed, he didn't ask, why me? Okay? I am the king, but still, why me? He never said that. He accepted as the will of providence. He accepted as the will of the Lord. Okay? Then finally he headed towards the Ganges. Okay? Although he was thirsty before, he didn't go to Ganges to drink water there. Okay? You understood, no? He was thirsty, that is why he put the snake, but he didn't go to Ganges to quench his thirst. He went for a better purpose. He was looking for the sages to ask those questions to them. Okay? So the spiritual master comes into the life of a devotee. Okay? And as I described, the Bhaktilata creeper is there and the weeds are there. Okay? So spiritual master's job is to pull out these weeds for that matter. They are weeds in description, but for us they are treasures. Because we watered them, we protected them and all. So those people who have done gardening, they'll understand. Okay? You let's say all this, you have grown a garden and nicely sheltered it, protected it and all. Then some goat comes and start eating something over there. Or some fellow comes and just for the fool of it, he starts removing the plants and all. Very painful over there. Same way, Bhaktilata creeper is there in the center, then all Upashakas are cultivated by us. That is our garden. And anybody who comes and starts plucking out something, anything for that matter, it is very, very painful for that. Okay? That is why the spiritual master is one who actually gives pain and removes all the weeds. For that matter. Okay? It's not an easy job. This is what happens to by and large to those who associate with materialistic people. Okay? Or the materialistic mind for that matter. Okay? So both are very, very dangerous. For the practitioner. Okay? You can read this book, very nice, especially those of you who have practiced for 5 years or more, okay? Chanting 16 rounds and all. One song is there, written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Vaishnava K. Okay? And my Guru Maharaj has written one commentary on that. You will find it in folio. Very, very beautiful. Okay? The commentary is also very beautiful, very philosophical. You will have to read at least twice or thrice. Okay? Those days, spiritual masters were like that. 80s, 90s and all. This is to do with the desire that comes with associating with materialist or pseudo-spiritualist. This is what happens by and large. Okay? And associating with spiritualists, that has its own benefits. Okay? As it is described in the purport over here, okay? That Parikshit Maharaj by and large wanted that absorption, and he was asking these questions as per his desires. Okay? So especially on the spiritual path, the material desires will be there, and how much we are actually longing for spiritual perfection, to that degree we actually will develop spiritual desires. Okay? The longing in the heart comes by associating with those devotees who have that desire. The longing in the heart comes by praying to the Lord, asking the Lord for those desires. Okay? The longing in the heart can come by mercy also. Okay? Like I was there in the college, बस वो कागज़ के टुकड़े के पीछे भाग रहे थे हम. Engineering degree it is called, but technically it is कागज़ का टुकड़ा होने. And somebody came in my life and told, what is this? I also said, what is this? Then he explained, kind enough. Many devotees took that role and explained many things to me. Then something happened as such. Okay? So I never longed for it. So one is we long for it from the devotees or from the spiritual master, or we long from it for the Lord only. Okay? Then pure spiritual desires actually come. Just like we see in the case of Parikshit Maharaj. Okay? So he got the association of the Lord in the womb only. And this is not association. Association is basically what we appreciate. Okay? Association is basically what we appreciate. Okay? So let's say someone is appreciating a car, then he will develop a desire of having a car. Okay? Someone is appreciating money, or someone is appreciating these fellows, like Steve Jobs and these kind of fellows, then he will be basically associating with them. Whatever values those people carry, the same values they actually get into us. Okay? So by and large, again and again, we have to ask ourselves, what is the question that is there in my heart? Am I looking for spiritual perfection, or what is it that is actually there in my heart? Okay? This is a very significant thing that we have to keep doing on a daily basis. Why is it? See, whole world is going in one direction. Headlong going into sense gratification, then direct towards hell only. Okay? What do you say? Express ticket. Okay? Express ticket to hell for that matter. And you have decided to come in this direction. Okay? So it should be like a daily practice, where we keep asking ourselves, why is it? What is it that I am getting over here? What is it that I need to do to get the pure things? So to the degree we are actually asking these questions, to that degree we will remain purely situated. Okay? If these questions go to the background, then life will be boring. Life will, we will not have anything to ask also. Okay? Because we go in front of the Lord, then we ask one thing. Then Krishna looks at us. Are you serious? Okay? Let's say you go and ask, let my chanting become better. Let me chant nicely. Let me chant wakefully, etc., etc. Okay? And Krishna is looking at you. You really mean it? You really want it? You are also saying yes, 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 yes. Okay? The next day again you come. Okay? Then again you say that chanting is okay, but my college friend has a nice phone. My parents are not giving me one phone. Okay? And Krishna says, yesterday you said that. Oh, that also is there. This is also there. And Krishna says, wrong number. So to the degree we are actually aspiring, or having our consciousness tuned in this manner, to that degree actually we will get to perfection. Okay? That is what we can learn from Parikshit Maharaj. What are the right questions to ask? Okay? Because as you grow in your spiritual life, the lethargy comes in. To remain enthusiastic day after day, week after week, year after year, month after month. Decade after decade is not a joke. Not a joke. Okay? Here in this audience only you ask yourself, how many are here who are there in this movement for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Okay? This temple is functioning like since let's say 2000. Year 2000 if you happen to take, okay? Means that steps you see, till there it should be filled. So many people have come and gone, right? It should be filled till there. Why is it not filled? Same thing can happen for us also. Okay? Same thing can happen to us also for that matter. Yeah. Especially the path that is laid by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very, very special. Okay? These kind of tendencies of rejecting the spiritual message or not giving any importance to it, these are there since millions and millions of lifetimes. Okay? But what is called the mercy factor we have to understand. Okay? I will recite one more shloka. It is here only, 1 minute. This is from Prahlad Maharaj section. Naivo dvije paraduratte vaitaranyas Vadviragaya namaha amritamagna chitta Sochetato vimukha chetasa indriyartha Maya sukaya bharamudvato vimudhan. Yeah, so here Prahlad Maharaj is describing what happens to that person who is absorbed. Okay, specifically here it is said in thoughts and glories of the Lord. Okay, no, basically hearing and chanting. Okay, what happens to the person? Can you tell me? Oh. Here, what Prahlad Maharaj is telling, that is what you are telling me. Here, Prahlad Maharaj, what is he telling? Bro.
He develops distaste for
Distaste for he. Okay. Yes, bro.
He is not careful even to go to Vaitarani river.
Here, Vaitaran is here. Okay, Vaitaran. Okay, that is one. Something more is there. What is only lamentation? He is lamenting here, no? Soche. Bro. He is? He is lamenting for them. Okay. So basically what is said over here is, person hears properly, if he chants properly, he has to not lament anyway. Tvadvirya gayana mahamrita magna chitta. Okay. Tvadvirya gayana mrita magna chitta. Okay. Such a person will want to preach. Such a person will want to preach. Okay. So if you chant properly, if you hear properly, the natural next desire is that you want to go out and give this message to others. Okay. Now this doesn't happen. Okay. This doesn't happen so much with a practitioner that he develops that longing so strongly. Here and there we might want to do some book distribution or some preaching and all, but it's not like a steady desire that is there. Okay. That is where the role of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has to be understood. Okay. Prabhupada gives this beautiful analogy or understanding that, let's say, when the country is under attack, okay, by some foreign forces and all, so practically whatever the soldiers require, everything is given to them. Okay, food, water, even sex also for that matter. No, even if that is required, that is also given to them. Okay, because if that part of the let's say armed forces experiences trouble, then the whole country is doomed. So whatever is required for them, everything is given. No, just supply to them like anything. That is why all the imported goods and all that has come into India, like let's say foreign chocolates and all, high quality ones, those go to the soldiers who are there in Kashmir and all of this. Okay. So anyone who likes chocolates and dry fruits or high quality ones, what you get is like these are like leftovers in their market. High quality one, if you have to go, then you have to go to Kashmir. Then you will find it. And you have to join the armed forces also. Not that by going to Kashmir, Kashmir you will get bomb. Chances are there. Yeah, Prabhupada gives this understanding. So everything is supplied to them. Everything is supplied to them. Okay. So especially those devotees specifically who take this risk of going out and giving this message to others, okay, they actually get this flood of mercy in their heart. That cleanses all of the dirt. Then basically we can get to this consciousness of Prahlad Maharaj. Tadvira Gayana Mahamrita Magna Chitta. Okay. So to the degree a person does hearing and chanting properly, he has to preach. He has to go out and preach for that matter. Okay. But for that to happen, the preaching itself will again, fuel it. That is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that has to be understood. Okay. And here, for the preacher, when you go out and preach, of course, the one danger that exists, the other person might become violent and so many things that might happen. But the major danger that happens is, we are associating with them when we are trying to give the message to them. The major danger that happens is, we are associating with them when we are trying to give the message to them. Okay? And if you are giving the pure message, okay, then the mercy will flood your heart. Okay? And the dirt that has to come by that association and the dirt that you have accumulated for millions of lifetime, all that will get cleansed. You understood? Okay? One is the dirt that is coming because of the association. And one more dirt is that we have accumulated. All that will get cleansed. So, double bonanza. Double bonanza. Okay? You just decide to sit at some place and purify yourself, that doesn't happen so easily. That doesn't happen so easily. No, you tried, I think. Not so easy. Not so easy. Yeah. Yeah. And Prabhupada in the purport is speaking about absorbing in Krishna. Okay? We'll just read one more purport. Then we'll sing something in this direction. Okay? This is one point. Anyway, I'll show it to you here. Yeah. Read this.
Simply hearing is not all. One must realize the text with proper attention. The word Nivishta means that Suta Goswami drank the juice of the Bhagavatam through his ears. That's the real process of receiving the Bhagavatam. One should hear with rapt attention from the real person, and then he can at once realize the presence of Lord Krishna in every page. The secret of knowing the Bhagavatam is mentioned here. No one can give rapt attention who is not pure in mind. No one can be pure in mind who is not pure in action.
Yeah, okay. So especially this part, no? Many of you are in Bhakti Shastri. This part is one thing you can understand. What is pure action? Okay? What is pure action, Father? So Bhagavad Gita 3rd and 5th chapter, if you study properly and thoroughly understand, there one can understand what is pure action. Okay? So that action which is just there for exploitation, it will, so basically this affects hearing of Bhagavatam. Okay? Even in your office work or in your, wherever for that matter, wherever karmendriyas are involved, action is involved. Okay? So if it is not pure, if it is not done with a proper consciousness, then it leads to a lot of trouble. Okay? Okay. Yeah. So basically what we describe as gratitude. Gratitude is basically this duty platform. Okay? Gratitude is not love. Okay? So on the path of bhakti, if someone is very, very grateful, then he is situated on the duty platform, which is also good, but not the highest over there. It is not the highest over there. Okay? You are thankful for what you are getting, then you are on the duty platform or gratitude platform. Okay? You feel yourself disqualified to get whatever you are getting, then you are on the love platform over there. Love platform. You understood, no? The difference? Okay? So especially this Nishkam, whatever is said, Nishkam Karma Yoga or Nishkam Karma Mishra Bhakti and all. So that is basically the gratitude platform. To the degree one understands it and does it, because most of you are involved in this. You are working in the outside world and all. Yeah? Of course, Krishna describes that in the context of Varnashram. Yeah? And Prabhupada has given, especially for those people who are involved in taking the anxiety or risk of preaching, he has given that lenience to maybe involved in modern kind of professions and do something on the pure devotional side. Yeah, read further.
No one can be pure in action who is not pure in eating, sleeping, fearing and waiting. But somehow or other, if someone hears with rapt attention from the right person, at the very beginning one can assuredly see Lord Sri Krishna in person in the pages of the Bhagavatam.
Yeah, you can see Lord Krishna in the pages of the Bhagavatam. Okay? So, Prabhupada by and large many times he used to stress, sit and hear. Sit and hear, nothing else is required. Prabhupada also said that I brought this moment so that people chant 16 rounds, follow 4 relative principles. Okay? And so many services and all I have devised, because people are not able to do this pure devotion process of the sitting and hearing. Okay? So other things, whatever we do, we have to do it in the right consciousness, right attitude. Okay? To that degree, it will actually be helpful to do hearing and chanting better. Okay? If we are not doing it in that way, then we will not get the right questions. That's like Parikshit Maharaj is getting the right questions, because his desires are pure. As per his desires, the questions are coming up. Okay? But to the degree as Prabhupada is writing over here, it is called a DOS formula. No, not this is the another one. Okay? So as Prabhupada is writing, pure in action, so all those things. Okay? Pure in desires, pure in defense. Okay? So those kind of things are very crucial to understand and practice for that matter. Okay? Hare Krishna. We'll sing one Vaishnava song, then we'll conclude for the day. Okay? One more reading I need to do. Let's see if time permits, I'll read that. That deals with some more things in relation to question and answer. So this song describes what should be the questions that one should have. Yeah. Okay. I think all of you need to see in your phone. Text is very huge. I will not be able to see if not. मैं करता हूँ। कबे हबे बोलो सिद्धि नामा, हवे हवे बोलो सिद्धि नामा, हवे बोलो सिद्धि नामा, अपराधे गुप्ते शुद्ध नामे रुचि, कृपा बले हवे हृदय संचार, अपराधे गुप्ते शुद्ध नामे रुचि, कृपा बले त्रिनादिकाहीना कबे निज माने सहिष्णुत गुण हृदयते आने, त्रिनादिकाहीना कबे निज माने सहिष्णुत गुण हृदयते आने, अकले मानादा अपनी अमाने होए आसादिव हमारा ससार, अकले मानादा अपनी अमाने होए आसादिव हमारा ससार, धन जनारो कविता सुंदरे बोलिब न चाहे देहा सुखकारी, धन जनारो कविता सुंदरे बोलिब न चाहे जन्मे दाओ हे गौर हरि, अहै तुकी भक्ति चरणे तुमार, जन्मे दाओ हे गौर हरि, अहै तुकी भक्ति हबे करिते श्री कृष्ण मुच्चारण, पुलकित देह गद्गद वचन, हबे करिते श्री कृष्ण उच्चारण, पुलकित देह गद्गद वचन, कैवर्ण्य विपातो हबे संघटन, निरंतर नेत्रे हबे अश्रुधार, कैवर्ण्य विपातो हबे संघटन, निरंतर नेत्रे हबे नवद्वीपे सुरधुनि तटे, और नित्यानंद बोली निष्कपटे, हबे नवद्वीपे सुरधुनि तटे, और नित्यानंद बोली निष्कपटे, नाचिया गाइया बेराइब छूटे, बातुलेरा प्राय छरिया विचार, नाचिया गाइया बेराइब छूटे, बातुलेरा प्राय छरिया विचार, हबे नित्यानंद मोरे करे दया, छराइबे मोरा विषय माया, हबे नित्यानंद मोरे करे दया, मोरे निजा चरणेर छाया, नामेर हाथते दिवे अधिकार, मोरे निजा चरणेर छाया, नामेर हाथते दिवे अधिकार, बोलो देवो हरि नाम रस, नाम रसे मते होई भो विपशा, बोलो देवो हरि नाम रस, नाम रसे मते होई भो विपशा, रसेर रसिका चरण पराश, करिया मुदिब रसे अनिभा, Abedhi Vedaya Hoibe Udaya Nija Sukha Bole Sudhina Hridaya Abedhi Vedaya Hoibe Udaya Nija Sukha Bole Akati Vinoda Horiya Vinaya Siya Gyata Horibe Pracha Akati Vinoda Horiya Vinaya Siya Gyata Horibe Pracha. Can you read meaning?
When will that day be mine? When will you give me your blessings? Erase all my offenses and give my heart a taste, ruchi, for chanting the holy name in purity.
Yeah. So these are the questions in the heart of a devotee. Okay. Yeah. So here, no, he's begging in the mode of repentance. So repentance basically burns away all sinful reactions, material tendencies, material desires, etc., etc. Okay. Fifth canto it is mentioned. One verse is there. I know the verse. I can give you that number also. Okay. Yeah. So the most potent and the most strongest way to control the mind is to meditate on the benedictions that we have received in devotional service. Okay? Association of devotees, pure spiritual instructions, no association of dham. The degree we actually meditate on that, to that degree, the mind becomes very pacified and very, very solid. When the material desires go very far away. Yes, next.
When will I taste the essence of holy name, feeling myself to be lower than the grass, my heart filled with tolerance? When will I give respect to all others and be free from desire for the respect from them?
When will I cry out that I have no longer any desire for wealth and followers, poetry and beautiful women, all of which are meant just for bodily pleasures? O Gaura Hari, give me causeless devotional bhakti, service bhakti to your lotus feet, birth after birth.
When will my body be covered with goosebumps and my voice broken with emotion as I pronounce Krishna's name? When will my body change color and my eyes flow with endless tears as I chant?
When will I give up all the thought of the world and society to run like a madman along the banks of the Ganges in Navadvipa, singing and dancing and sincerely calling out the names of Gaura and Nityananda?
So either you do it in spiritual life or material life. Material life also people are mad, not that they are not mad. Okay? Only question exists where you want to be mad. Yes, bro, continue.
When will Nityanand Prabhu be merciful to me and deliver me from the enchantment Maya of the sense objects? When will he give me the shade of his lotus feet and the right to enter the marketplace Namahatta of the holy name?
When will I buy, borrow or steal the ecstasies of the holy name? When will I lose myself in the intoxication of the holy name? When will I immerse myself in the nectar of the holy name after grasping the feet of a saint who constantly relishes the flavors rasa of devotion?
After asking for all of this, then he'll ask for the last one. Yes, bro.
When will I feel compassion for all living beings, jivas? When will I forget my own pleasure in genuine humility? And when will I, Bhakti Vinoda, meekly go from door to door, preaching your message of love?
Preaching your message of love for that matter. So these are the questions in the heart of a devotee. So we have to ask how many of these questions are there in our heart. Okay? If they are not there, then we are not devotees. Simple understanding. No much complication over there. Yeah. So we have to keep singing these Vaishnava songs and try to understand what the acharyas are actually trying to do with us. Okay? So these become our barometers to understand what are weeds and what is devotion. What is actually devotion in the heart. Okay? Can I go for 5 minutes more? 10 minutes? Should we read something or somebody has any questions? Okay. So I think Ramanujacharya mentions this is in relation to that Ashraddhadhana, that Agyanascha. Okay? So faithless and people who are doubtful. Okay? Samshayatma vinashati. Okay? That verse I think Ramanujacharya he mentions. Okay? That those people who do not approach anybody to get their questions clarified and all, so such people cannot remain on the path of devotional service very strongly. Okay? We are just sticking to our own mind, thinking our reading of Prabhupada books, this, that will satisfy us, or uplift us, or elevate us, our own chanting will elevate us and all. So that will only lead to more and more complexities. It doesn't simplify things. Okay? So here Prabhupada says something in that direction. So we'll just read it, then at the end I'll explain that. Okay? Yeah. Continue. Somebody can read? You have to be little fast as well.
If one wants to learn the meaning of Bhagavatam, one must take lesson from a realized soul. One should not proudly think that one can understand
Read.
the transcendental loving service of the Lord simply by reading books. One must become a servant of Vaishnava. As Narottama Das Thakur has confirmed, Chariya Vaishnava Seva, Vistara, Keva. One cannot be in a transcendental position unless one very faithfully serve a pure Vaishnava. One must accept a Vaishnava Guru, and then by questions and answers one should gradually learn what pure devotional service to Krishna is. This is called Parampara system.
Understood, no? They're reading books and question answers. That has to happen. Yeah. Next.
Indian lady, how does one contact the spiritual master? Through a book can you contact the spiritual master?
Continue.
Prabhupada, no, you have to associate. Shyam Sundar, can you associate through a book? She asked. Prabhupada, yes, through books and also personal, because when you make a spiritual master, you have got personal touch. Not that in the air you make a spiritual master. You make a spiritual master concrete. So as soon as you make a spiritual master, you should be inquisitive. If you simply try to understand why is God by reading scriptures, you cannot achieve.
Or by watching YouTube videos. Continue.
You must watch. You must approach a guru.
Continue.
Just like a medical book, it can be available in the market. If you purchase one medical book and study and you became doctor, that is not possible. You must hear the medical book from a medical man in the medical college. Then you will be qualified. And if you say, sir, I have read all the medical books, recognize me as a medical practitioner, no, that will not be.
So Prabhupada is specifically telling medical practitioner. He is not telling engineer. Okay? Because engineer, let's say some problem comes, you just Google it, then you keep trying that. A doctor can't do it, no? Doctor can't give one medicine, okay, didn't work, next medicine. Fellow will die on you. You understood, no? Why medical practitioner? Okay. I'll have some time, then I'll describe that. People who want to stay back, they can. Yeah. Read it.
One cannot become a medical.
This is a different interaction. That was like 68, this is 73 or something.
One cannot become a medical practitioner by simply reading the books. He must study under a medical practitioner. So in the case of your books, is it possible to become a devotee without actually having personal association with you, just by reading your books? Prabhupada. No, it is not that you have to associate with the author, but one who knows. If you cannot understand, you have to take lesson from him. Not necessarily that you have to contact with the author always. Devotee. Just like the textbooks are not written by the teachers, they are written by other professors. Devotee. Usually you don't even meet the author. Prabhupada. Simply one who knows the subject matter, he can explain. Madhudvisha. But would your purports, would that serve as explanation besides? Prabhupada. No. Anyone who knows the subject matter, he will be able to explain. It is not necessary that the author is required to be present there. To study from a medical man, I never said you have to study from the author, or one who understood the author's purpose. Just like we are explaining Bhagavad Gita as it is, not that one has to learn directly from Krishna. one who has understood Krishna from him. That is the parampara system.
Yeah, that is the parampara system for that. Yeah. In relation to Prabhupada, his own books he says, we will not read it fully, we can read 1 minute. Okay. Yeah, read from here.
So if you want to understand Bhagavad Gita, then we must understand in the same way as the person who directly heard from him. This is called parampara system. Suppose I have heard something from my spiritual master, so I speak to you the same thing. So this is parampara system. You cannot imagine what my spiritual master said. Or even if you read some books, you cannot understand unless you understand it from me.
Understand, no? Even if somebody has read books and all, still he has to hear from Guru properly. Yeah, continue.
This is called parampara system. You cannot jump over to the superior Guru. I mean to say, neglecting the next Acharya, immediate next Acharya. Just like this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's cult, we cannot understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly. This is not possible. We have to understand through the Goswamis. Therefore, you will find in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, at the end of every chapter, the writer says Rupa Raghunatha Pati.
Just wanted to stress that when you say association on the spiritual path, it has to be a concrete person for that. It has to be a concrete person. Okay? So just associating with books, videos and all can be quite dangerous, or even audios and all of those matter. So what you don't get from books, that you can actually get from discussion. Okay? So discussing with mature devotees and practicing those values, you can actually get those realizations from there. Okay, I conclude with this. Okay. So initially we looked at what is second canto and how is it beginning and what are the different things involved at the beginning over there, 1 to 3 chapters and Virat, Rupa and those factors. Okay. And Sukadeva Goswami is about to start off that explanation. And then we looked at whatever Prabhupada has stressed in the purport, importance of question and answer and absorption that comes in relation to Krishna. Okay. If the absorption is right, then the Bhakti Lata bees will grow. If not, the weeds will grow. Okay. So, unless we are having that sense of personal association, just like Parikshit Maharaj is sitting with Sukadeva Goswami. Okay. The same way, to the degree we have association of deeply realized souls. Okay. One is having that association, one more is taking that association seriously. To what degree we take it seriously, that also matters. But not that, okay, you are near to a Mahabhagavad, that will ensure highest advancement. That is a stupid understanding. So many people were there around Prabhupada and Prabhupada was there. Now you don't find them. You don't find them, as simple as that. So very, very crucial for that matter. So this kind of association and discussion, and just like I said, whatever desires are there in the heart, that actually manifests in the form of questions. Okay? People who are situated in eating, sleeping, mating and defending, material absorption, they will have questions of these only. Okay? How to eat, how to mate, how to sleep, how to defend. That is what is their question. Okay? How to defend in the sense, okay, LIC policy, insurance policy, that is basically how to defend. Okay? And a person who is spiritually absorbed, these are those questions. Kabhi habe bolo, say dinamar. Okay, any questions or doubts? Tantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I'm very sorry that I was not here during Darshan Arti and all. I went to prepare for the class. This is not a right etiquette as such. But somehow time compelled me. Yesterday I put in some 3 hours, 2 hours, but I was not able to, prepare with my full heart. So I thought maybe some sacrifice of chanting has to be done to prepare it nicely. That is why I went. Okay. But by and large, the ideal is I should attend full morning program and not miss even for the preparation of class and all those factors. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So it was a very interesting class. Even though the class was a question and answer, but there was no question in the end. Somehow, I think probably devotees want to ask personally. And let us thank His Grace Keshav Prabhuji for bringing out so many beautiful lessons in our personal life, that what kind of questions we should ask and who will get those questions. And discussing from so many different purports, and then singing this Vaishnava song, and telling the pastimes, different pastimes, and different stories which are really very stuck in our hearts deeply, because when we hear outside these things that you should work hard and things like that, the crocodile example, the person person was jumping and then we landed on the crocodile and that is how we came. So there is no counter argument for that actually. So let us thank Keshav, Kripa, Sindhu, Prabhuji by one time chanting Hare Krishna mantra loudly.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
So we have one more service for all the devotees. Like you all know that we have conducted this value education contest. So some of the students, they have chosen to participate in offline, and some devotees during that time they